Welcome to the Deep Dive, your shortcut to being well-informed, packed with surprising facts and just enough humor to keep you hooked. Today we're plunging into a truly fascinating paradox that, well, it really seems to define our current era. Think about it. So many voices describe our times as a period of great revelation, where hidden truths are finally breaking into the light, yet simultaneously it feels like there's just this overwhelming sense of profound confusion for countless people. It's a real head-scratcher, isn't it? How could we be experiencing more clarity and more confusion swirling around us all at once?
That is the absolute heart of the paradox, yeah. And it perfectly sets the stage for our deep dive today. Picture this. Imagine a bright lamp turned on in a dark room. Before the light, everything was obscured, right? Perhaps we assumed certain things were one way, or maybe we simply didn't see other elements at all. But the moment that lamp illuminates the space, everything becomes visible, both the beautiful and the disturbing, as our source puts it. This era we're navigating now, it's precisely like that. As our guiding source for this discussion aptly describes, the light is shining so intensely that, well, no secret can remain hidden forever. It's an incredibly potent time, definitely full of exhilarating breakthroughs, but that rapid influx of new visibility, yeah, it can also be deeply disorienting.
Absolutely, and that's exactly the landscape we're exploring today. As these, unprecedented amounts of information flow into the collective consciousness, it's not just revealing truths, it's also stirring up shadows that were hidden. These shadows aren't just vanishing with the light, they actually seem to dance at the edges of perception, almost actively trying to, reestablish their influence. So our core mission for this deep dive is really to equip you with the tool to navigate these subtle forms of manipulation and deception. They're so prevalent in this newly illuminated landscape. We'll be focusing particularly on how they manifest within spiritual or truth-seeking contexts, maybe exploring specific tactics like partial revelation and this idea of controlled opposition. And crucially, we'll reinforce why your own inner wisdom, that quiet, undeniable knowing inside you, is truly your most powerful tool to confidently navigate all of this.
Exactly. And to guide us through this pretty intricate terrain, our insights for this deep dive come from a profound message. It originates from TAA of Arcturus, which is described as a collective consciousness often associated with, let's say, advanced spiritual insight from the Arcturian star system. This wisdom is delivered through the SOU LUZ Divina channel. That's a well-regarded source for channeled spiritual guidance and revelations, all aimed at personal and collective awakening. It's an incredibly rich wellspring of wisdom that speaks directly to the challenges and the opportunities of our current moment. So our aim today, drawing from this powerful message, is to empower you, our listener, with the discernment needed to confidently navigate this era, making sure you feel enlightened and empowered by the flow of information, rather than, overwhelmed by its sheer volume or its sometimes deceptive currents.
Okay, so let's unpack this paradox a bit more. If more light is shining, why does it seem to bring more confusion along with it? What's really going on there?
Well, it seems to be a natural consequence of a pretty significant energetic shift. The idea is that the Earth's vibration is elevating, which, according to our source, is literally thinning the veils between the hidden and the known.
Yeah.
This process is bringing long-held truths, some obscured for maybe millennia, directly into collective awareness. But here's the critical insight. This revealing process inevitably brings every hidden shadow into full view as well. It's not a flaw in the process. It's not like we're taking a step backward. Instead, it's described as a natural part of the Great Awakening process. True awakening isn't just about seeing the good stuff right, it's about seeing everything clearly, including what we might prefer to keep hidden.
That reframes it beautifully, actually. It means the shadows aren't necessarily new, it's just that we can finally see them. It's a lot like your analogy of that bright lamp in a dark room. You might have thought the room was perfectly tidy when it was dim, but once that bright light floods in, whoa, you suddenly see all the dust mobs dancing in the air. Maybe some smudges on the glass or even forgotten items tucked away in corners you never noticed. It's not that the dust wasn't there before, it's just now illuminated for the first time. So the collective consciousness, under this new, stronger light, it's revealing both its luminous, beautiful elements and, yeah, it's disturbing ones too. It sounds like a necessary step in any real cleanup and transformation.
Precisely. And this clarity around the paradox brings us straight to your vital role in this era. The messages from T.S. of Arcturus really emphasize that as an awakening being, you chose to be here in this era to navigate and assist in this interaction between light and shadow. This isn't something happening to you passively. You are an active, crucial participant in this grand unfolding.
And that's such an empowering thought, isn't it? It highlights that you are intrinsically equipped with inner wisdom and growing discernment. You haven't just been thrown into this intense light and shadow show completely unprepared. On the contrary, you possess these innate tools. Through what might at first seem like, well, apparent confusion, you have the profound capacity to find a path of clarity that serves you and illuminates the way for others. So this deep dive, then, is truly about strengthening that inherent ability you already possess, helping you fine-tune those internal instruments of perception so you can navigate with, hopefully, more confidence and grace. #22. Tactics of subtle manipulation in the age of information. Okay, so given this intensely illuminated landscape where light and shadow are so intertwined, how do these subtle forms of manipulation actually operate? Let's dive into some of the specific tactics we need to get a handle on. First up, partial revelation. What's that about?
Right. This is considered one of the most, let's say, insidious forms of manipulation we're seeing deployed today. It's brilliantly simple in a way. It involves revealing only partial truths to gain trust, while deeper, more important secrets remain hidden. It's not about outright lies, which are often easier to spot. It's about a meticulously curated honesty that serves a hidden agenda. Imagine, as a source suggests, someone illuminating a vast, dark cave with a small flashlight. But instead of sweeping the beam across the whole space, they deliberately keep the beam away from the deeper chambers. So you see something that validates your suspicions, maybe enough to pique your interest, but you never get the full picture.
Ah, okay. And the mechanism here sounds so effective, precisely because it offers genuine bits of information. Right. Just enough to validate that nagging feeling you had that something was wrong. It confirms your suspicions, makes you feel like you're on the right track, like you're finally getting access to the truth. But then it strategically stops short. It doesn't show the full, complete picture. It's like getting a crucial piece of a really complex puzzle, but without the box top, you can't see the finished image. You feel satisfied with the piece, maybe, but you're still missing the complete understanding.
Exactly. And this strategy is described as surprisingly effective and seductive for people seeking truth, because it leverages that deeply human sense of relief and curiosity you get when you feel like you've proven just a piece of the puzzle true. You experience a sense of validation, maybe a breakthrough feeling, which then creates this powerful illusion of transparency. The manipulators imply, look, we're sharing the real secret with you, when in reality, they are meticulously controlling the narrative and the extent of the revelation. It feels like empowerment, but it's actually just carefully managed information.
Okay, so for us listening to this, what's the key discernment strategy against this tactic? It sounds like it's about cultivating healthy skepticism and continuous questioning. This isn't about being cynical, is it? It's more about mindful inquiry that honors your gut feelings. You have to pay close attention to those persistent, lingering feelings that something is wrong or missing, even when presented with what seems like genuine information. That inner unease, that intuition, that's your early warning system. You have to trust your intuition and honor that feeling, because it's prompting you to shine your own light more deeply into the cave of truth, rather than just settling for the convenient crumbs they offer. Don't be too easily satisfied with the first answer. There might be more to discover beyond that illuminated surface.
Absolutely. Moving on to another critical tactic, we encounter what's known as controlled opposition. This occurs when individuals or groups appear to challenge the established order, or might even seem to lead movements for change, but crucially, they are silently influenced or positioned by the very forces they claim to oppose. They are, in essence, a kind of puppet on the stage of rebellion, giving the appearance of true dissent while secretly serving a hidden agenda. It's a masterclass in covert influence, really.
Wow. And the purpose of this is quite, well, chilling. Their underlying purpose is to subtly herd the collective back into old patterns of control when it matters most. Our source illustrates this really well, saying, think of them as a kind of pressure release valve. When the energy for significant change or awakening grows within the collective, when people are getting restless, a controlled leader offers an outlet that seems promising but ultimately leads everyone back to a limited outcome. It sounds like a masterful way to neutralize genuine revolutionary energy, just redirecting it into a pre-approved channel that ultimately maintains the status quo.
Yeah, it's designed to manage dissent rather than allow real transformation. And what's particularly challenging about these figures is their appearance. They are often very charismatic or persuasive. They might initially inspire genuine hope. They might speak many truths, gaining widespread trust. However, a key marking characteristic is that at critical junctures, they discourage truly radical change or unity. For example, when people are truly ready for a collective leap forward, these voices might suddenly sow doubt, encourage internal conflict, or insist on half measures that keep the status quo intact. They prevent the ship from truly sailing beyond the established harbor, always bringing it back to familiar, controlled waters.
That's a powerful red flag to look for then. And for our discernment strategy here, it's not about becoming paranoid or suspicious of everyone, but it's about cultivating clarity. We need to pay attention to the long-term fruits of any movement or teaching. Ask yourself, does it consistently lead to true freedom, empowerment, and unity? Or does it always somehow inevitably return to the same limitations, divisions, or dependence on the leader? The messages from TA of Arcturus state that true liberation will cause you to soar beyond old paradigms, not circle within them. That's the key difference, isn't it? Are you truly breaking free, or are you just, moving within a... Right, because if a message were entirely false, your intuition would likely reject it immediately, wouldn't it? You'd probably feel that immediate no or a strong sense of dissonance. But when genuine insights and facts are mixed with subtle distortions, it is harder to discern what is wholesome and what is harmful. It's like a Trojan horse for your consciousness. The truth opens the gate, and then the subtle lie slips in undetected.
And the common progression is quite insidious. A message might start by correctly validating your spiritual nature or your suspicions about a hidden reality. And that feels incredibly empowering and true, right?
Yeah.
Resonate with it, it clicks. Then, after building that trust and resonance, it subtly inserts a twist, perhaps suggesting you are powerless in the face of grand forces, maybe implying that only a few will be saved and, subtly hinting you might not be among them. This plants a seed of doubt and disempowerment, undermining the very awakening it seemed to validate just moments before.
And the impact on you, the listener, the person receiving this, is profound. You leave the experience feeling divided, partly awakened, but also somehow discouraged or dependent. And here's the crucial point, according to our source. This confusion is the clue. That inner feeling of division or unease, that subtle incongruity, that's your intuition trying to signal the discrepancy. It's like an energetic red flag going up.
Definitely. So your discernment strategy here is to really pay attention to how any information leaves you as a whole. True parts of a message normally elevate, expand, or clarify. They make you feel more complete, more hopeful, more empowered somehow. False or manipulative parts, however, tend to create despair, fear, division, or a sense of superiority or powerlessness. The beautiful thing is, you don't have to accept the whole package. Our source reminds us you can keep the pearls of truth that resonate and simply discard the toxic parts. This process isn't about rejecting everything out of hand. It's about becoming a discerning alchemist of information, you could say. And it profoundly sharpens your discernment over time.
Okay, moving on to perhaps one of the most ancient and frankly potent manipulative tools. Fear-based narratives. Our source is very clear on this. Fear is one of the most effective hooks for manipulation. Messages that employ this tactic are specifically designed to frighten you into believing or acting in a specific way, often bypassing your rational thought process entirely.
Yeah, fear is powerful. You'll see this manifest in various ways. Look for grim predictions, urgent warnings of doom, or claims that time is running out and only a specific person or group can save you. The language is often alarmist, hyperbolic, and designed to create this overwhelming sense of impending crisis that only their solution or their leader can possibly alleviate. If a teaching leaves you feeling panicked, powerless, or small, that is a glaring red flag. True higher guidance, even when it speaks of challenges and it might ultimately will remind you of your power and leave you hopeful or determined, not paralyzed. Genuine guidance empowers you to face challenges, not shrink from them in terror.
And this tactic works because fear-based narratives attempt to hijack your free will, doesn't it? By triggering your primal survival instincts. When you're in a state of fear, your brain shifts into that reactive fight or flight mode. In that state, it becomes harder to hear the calm voice of your intuition, or even engage your critical thinking faculties. Those who spread such narratives understand this psychological vulnerability. They want to bypass your discernment entirely by short-circuiting your rational thought and inner knowing. They want you to react, not thoughtfully respond.
Absolutely. So the discernment strategy here is crucial. The moment you feel a message using fear to push an agenda, pause and take a step back. This isn't about ignoring genuine warnings, but about processing them calmly from a place of centeredness. Breathe deeply and return to your center. Remind yourself, no external story can take your power unless you allow it. Then ask yourself that pivotal question. Is this information empowering me or just making me afraid? You can transform fear into awareness. use it as a signal to look deeper, see if the warning genuinely has merit or if it's being exaggerated to manipulate. In love and clarity, you can prepare for challenges without panic. This way, fear becomes an indicator, maybe a prompt for mindful preparation, not a chain that binds you.
Okay, one last one in this section. Let's talk about information that's just, well, overly complicated. Have you ever encountered a theory or teaching so entangled in complex details that it left you more confused than enlightened? That's apparently a sign too. Our source wisely notes that disinformation often hides behind an overly complicated web.
It's a classic tactic of intellectual intimidation, really. By bombarding you with names, dates, and layers of secret codes, it can effectively overwhelm your logical mind. The sheer volume and complexity are designed to make you feel inadequate, like you can't possibly comprehend it yourself. The result is that you may give up on comprehending and simply accept the speaker as the expert who must be right. It's an intellectual intimidation strategy that, in reality, can mask a lack of true substance. You're so busy trying to decipher the labyrinth, you don't even stop to question if there's actually a treasure at its center, or if maybe the maze itself is the point just to keep you occupied.
Right, and this stands in stark contrast with genuine truth, doesn't it? Well, the universe certainly has its complexities and profound depths. Genuine truth, even when multifaceted, tends to bring a sense of clarity or an aha moment. Wow. When you finally understand it, it resonates and can often be explained in a way your heart and mind recognize as coherent. It might challenge you, sure, it might expand your mind, but it doesn't leave you feeling endlessly bewildered or intellectually defeated. It often simplifies the complex without oversimplifying the profound.
Well said. So, for your discernment strategy here, be wary of teachings that demand obsessive study of endless details, especially if they never seem to lead to practical understanding or inner peace. If you find yourself just spinning in circles trying to comprehend something, maybe consider that it may have been intentionally designed to keep you busy and dependent on the expert presenting it. Your time and energy are precious. You have the right to step away from any rabbit hole that isn't yielding fruits of wisdom. The messages from Tia of Arcturus offer a beautiful, concise truth that can serve as your touchstone here. The truth is often elegant. It might be profound, yes, but it generally leaves you feeling more clear, not more muddled.
Okay, so this naturally leads us to a deeper question then. Why are awakened souls starseeds and light bearers? As this source often refers to those embodying maybe a higher frequency consciousness, why are they specifically targeted with subtle, deceptive information? It might seem counterintuitive. Why not just ignore them if they're already awake?
Well, the source suggests it's precisely because of your value and influence. You, as an awakening being, are seen to possess unique attributes that make you a powerful force for change. Your frequency is higher, your mind more open, and you are not easily controlled by fear or brute force. Those who wish to maintain the old paradigms, the old ways of control, understand that obvious methods of suppression are unlikely to work on you. Your light is just too strong to be simply extinguished.
Exactly. And the impact you have is profound, apparently extending far beyond just your individual sphere. When you see through an illusion and stand in your truth, it creates a path that others can follow energetically. It's not just about your personal journey, is it? Our source uses this incredible analogy. Every starseed is like a tuning fork. When you vibrate with clarity and love, others naturally resonate with it, creating this powerful ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate perception, inspiring and elevating the collective frequency around you.
Therefore, instead of trying to suppress you with obvious methods that would likely fail anyway, those in the shadows attempt to subtly divert you. The goal of manipulation isn't necessarily to stop you outright, but maybe just to misdirect your powerful energy. If they can distract your focus with half-truths or sow doubt and fear, they hope to weaken the powerful ripple effect of your light. It's like they want to dim your tuning fork or slightly detune it rather than break it, because a subtly misaligned beacon is maybe less effective than a truly extinguished one, but also less noticeable.
And this is exactly why discernment is essential for starseeds, for anyone on this awakening path. Think of it, as our source says, as both your shield and your compass in these times. It protects your energy from becoming entangled in deception, and it keeps you on your true course. With strong discernment, you keep your energy pure and your direction true, ensuring that your impact on the collective is aligned with liberation and love. It's a powerful reaffirmation that you chose to be here for this specific challenge and came equipped for it. That very sensitivity that might sometimes feel like a burden in a chaotic world is actually your refined inner guidance. It's the very thing that will guide you through the fog of misinformation, like a lighthouse guiding a ship safely to shore. #TechFate. Red flags and spiritual guidance and community.
Okay, now let's turn our attention to some specific red flags to watch out for when you're engaging with spiritual guidance, or perhaps within a spiritual community. First up, the cult of personality. How does this manifest in the spiritual space? This sounds important.
Yeah, this is highlighted as a significant warning sign. It occurs when a movement or teaching becomes centered on the glorification of the messenger instead of the message. A genuine guide, for instance, celebrates when you think for yourself and even go beyond what they taught. Their ultimate goal is your empowerment, not their own veneration. However, a controlled opposition leader, or perhaps a false guru, often feeds the idea that you cannot thrive without them. They might subtly imply that questioning them is wrong, or that only they hold the special keys to truth and salvation. Some might even, apparently, create drama where they appear to be the heroic figure under attack, needing followers to rally to their defense. This is described as being all designed to tether your power to their persona, rather than allowing you to stand fully in your own sovereignty.
That's a crucial distinction, isn't it? Is the focus on you becoming empowered, or them becoming glorified? So for our discernment strategy, you need to observe how any teacher responds to questions or challenges. That seems key. A truly genuine guide welcomes healthy inquiry and remains transparent, because they have nothing to hide and they genuinely want your authentic understanding to deepen. But a false guru, or someone operating from ego, may react defensively or attempt to silence dissent. Remember, the spiritual path is fundamentally about realizing your own divinity, not swearing allegiance to someone else's. Right. Any truly aligned teaching will consistently continue to direct you back to your sovereignty and your own inner wisdom. If it doesn't, if it consistently pulls your focus and power away from yourself towards them, that's a significant red flag.
Building right on that, another subtle manipulation is undermining inner guidance. We need to be cautious of any message that suggests you cannot trust your intuition or that you need an intermediary to access the truth. This is particularly insidious because it targets your innate, direct connection to the source of all wisdom.
And the manipulation here can be quite subtle, can't it? Sometimes a leader may imply that only he, or maybe a select few, have the special insight needed to interpret events or spiritual truths, and that your feelings or perceptions are likely wrong. They might say your intuition is contaminated, or your discernment is flawed, or you're just not advanced enough. Over time, if you start to believe this, it leads you to doubt the quiet inner voice that has always guided you. This is exactly what they want, to place themselves between you and your direct connection to the source, establishing themselves as the sole indispensable filter for reality.
Yeah, it's about creating dependency. So it's vital to continually reaffirm your power against this. Remind yourself constantly, no one is closer to your truth than yourself. You are inherently equipped with a compass for what is right and true for you. While teachers and guides can absolutely offer valuable perspectives and signposts, a true guide will always encourage you to check things with your own heart. In higher vibrations, diversity of perspectives is celebrated, and no light being desires to be the sole authority over another. The ultimate goal is always self-mastery, never subservience.
So the red flag here seems crystal clear. If you find yourself in a group or following someone where questioning is discouraged and only the leader's narrative is permitted, that is a sign of control, not truth. You absolutely have every right to step away to reclaim your inner authority. A simple yet powerful affirmation our source suggests using is, I trust my inner guidance. I am connected to the source. Apparently, this simple affirmation can break the hold of any force trying to make you small or dependent.
Absolutely. Now, unity is an incredibly powerful force among awakening souls, right? And as such, those who wish to impede progress often try to break that unity by using division. It's an ancient tactic, really, as old as human conflict itself, but highly effective, especially in spiritual or truth-seeking communities.
It truly is. Our source puts it quite bluntly. If you can get a community that could otherwise stand strong and united to fight among themselves or distrust one another, then almost nothing else needs to be done to halt their progress.
Oh.
It's a highly effective way to neutralize a collective movement from within, basically by turning its energy inward against itself. So be very wary of any message or leader that encourages a strong us versus them mentality within the spiritual or truth-seeking community. This isn't about healthy boundaries or discerning harmful influences, which are important. This is about creating unnecessary fractures. For example, one group of light workers pitted against another over relatively minor differences in belief or method.
And the impact of this is significant. It drains energy and creates confusion, effectively slowing the collective's upward movement. It's like a car spinning its wheels in the mud. All that energy gets expended, but no real forward momentum is gained. The true path, however, is described quite differently. True teachings of light may acknowledge differences, but will always call for love, empathy, and unity to resolve them. They foster a sense of oneness and cooperation towards common goals, recognizing that diversity in perspective actually strengthens the whole.
Right. And false or ego-driven messages often attempt to create an inner group and an outer group, like an exclusive club. This not only isolates you from potential allies on the path, but also creates an echo chamber where blind spots go unchallenged. You miss out on valuable perspectives and potential growth because you're only listening to the in-group. So your action here, your way to counter this, is to recognize that humanity's ascension is a team effort, and each awakening soul holds a piece of the grand puzzle. Celebrate the diversity of insights among you and perceive when someone attempts to turn that diversity into division. Choose not to participate in condemning or rejecting others based on these manufactured divides, because that's precisely what those who seek to impede progress want you to do. Your unity is their greatest challenge.
Well said. Lastly, in this section, let's examine flattery and exclusivity. These can be a very subtle trap on the spiritual path. Narratives that say things like, "You are one of the chosen few who truly knows what is going on," or "Only our group of awakened souls holds the real truth." These are prime examples of this seductive tactic.
Yeah, I can see how that would appeal. Initially, this can feel incredibly validating, can't it? Especially after perhaps years of feeling misunderstood or maybe marginalized by mainstream society. Being told you are part of an inner circle is comforting. It feeds that deeply human desire to belong and to feel special, to be in the know. But here's the danger. This narrative can subtly close your mind. You might start dismissing voices outside your chosen circle, thinking they simply don't understand or aren't as awakened or enlightened as your group. This forms an echo chamber, and spiritual pride can creep in, making you feel superior to others who aren't privy to these exclusive truths, which isn't very spiritual at all, really.
Exactly. And there's often a specific mechanism of dependence at play here too. The keepers of exclusive knowledge frequently offer more secrets and privileged information to keep you hooked, like a never-ending saga of secret info. Always the next big reveal just around the corner. This creates a dependence on these constant updates, making you feel like you can't possibly navigate the world or achieve your full potential without their next revelation. You end up always chasing the next piece of secret knowledge, never fully empowered in your own knowing.
So here's a crucial question for discernment, kind of a self-check, if you will. Ask yourself, is this path making me more loving, wise, and open? Or is it just making me feel superior and maybe addicted to the next revelation? The answer to that will tell you a lot about the true nature of the guidance you're receiving. Because true wisdom, as our source reminds us, is ultimately inclusive. It elevates everyone and doesn't require a VIP club. True masters share knowledge with humility and with the intention that all will eventually have access to this wisdom. There are no favorites in the eyes of the source. All are divine beings. If you notice flattery feeding your ego, take a step back and ground yourself in humility. Remember, I seek truth not to place myself above others, but to help and uplift. This mindset frees you from one of the ego's favorite traps and opens space for genuine unity and continuous learning from everyone. #DV. Practical tools for sharpening your discernment. Okay, now that we've explored these subtle tactics of manipulation, let's shift to the really empowering part. The practical tools you can use to sharpen your discernment in this complex landscape. First up, it's about trusting your energetic signature. This means asking, how does it feel? Beyond just what it logically presents. What does that mean in practice?
Yeah, this is a crucial and often overlooked layer of discernment, because not all effects of information are mental, many are energetic. It's about what happens to your inner state, your subtle energy field. The practice is simple yet profound. Start paying attention to how you feel after interacting with any source of information or community. After reading an article, watching a video, maybe conversing with a group, ask yourself, do you feel energized, clear, and strengthened? Or do you feel drained, anxious, or strangely dependent on getting more from that source?
Okay.
This isn't just about emotional reactivity like getting angry or excited. It's a deeper energetic resonance or dissonance.
That's such an important distinction to make. Because with false or manipulative content, you might get a temporary boost from sensational claims or dramatic revelations. The initial hit of excitement or validation, that adrenaline rush of knowing a secret. But crucially, this is often followed by a drop. You're left feeling agitated, depleted, or strangely empty, perhaps even needing another fix from that source to feel complete again. It's very similar, the source says, to processed food. It tastes good in the moment, maybe gives you a sugar rush, but ultimately leaves you feeling unsatisfied, maybe even unwell, and hungry for more in the long run, rather than truly nourished.
Exactly. In contrast, true wisdom and high vibration content normally leave you nourished, inspired, or at peace. It provides a deep, sustained sense of calm, clarity, and inner resilience. It empowers you to go about your life without attachment to the source because it activates your own inner wisdom, helping you stand more firmly on your own 2 feet. So if a website, a channel, or even a particular friend consistently leaves you uneasy or drained, honor that insight. Seriously, pay attention. Take a break, or maybe even step away completely. Your energetic well-being is absolutely paramount.
Exactly. And the source suggests you should spend time grounding yourself, walk in nature, meditate, or do something that restores your inner calm and natural energetic balance. And then crucially, notice if that constant urge to follow that particular source diminishes once your energy is clear again. You'll often find that you didn't need it as much as you thought, perhaps because the underlying energetic drain was creating a kind of false dependency. Remember, your energy and attention are precious resources. Be mindful about where you invest them. Surround yourself with sources that genuinely elevate and recharge you, rather than subtly deplete you.
Next up, let's talk about reclaiming your sovereignty. This is absolutely fundamental. The idea here is that authentic light always points you back to the source within yourself. This is presented as the unmistakable signature of true guidance. Any true teacher or higher guide ultimately wants you to recognize that you carry divine wisdom within, that you are, in essence, your own guru, your own direct connection to infinite wisdom.
Right. So true guidance will always encourage you to trust yourself, listen to your heart, and cultivate your direct connection to the source. It doesn't ask you to hand over your power or rely solely on an external authority. Quite the opposite, actually. It strengthens your inner compass, helping you rely more and more on your own inherent knowing, making you truly self-sufficient in your spiritual journey. The signature of truth is described as unmistakable. When you hear something that resonates deeply, maybe you feel a warmth in your heart or an inner yes. This recognition is the signature of truth aligning with the source spark within you. It's like your soul saying, ah yes, I know this feels true.
And indeed, a high vibration is your best protection. That's a key takeaway. When you are aligned with your soul's infinite wisdom, when your frequency is high and clear, even complex information will feel harmonious on an essential level. It just feels right, somehow familiar, congruent with your deepest self. So a powerful daily practice suggested for you is this. Before absorbing new external information, just pause and tune into your soul. You can simply set an intention. May my discernment be guided by the highest light within me. Then, as you read or listen, just perceive what truly resonates on that deeper level.
And conversely, you'll start recognizing discrepancy with increasing clarity over time. Deception or misaligned information brings a discord or subtle tension. Even if you don't immediately perceive exactly why it feels off, something will feel off. Trust these feelings. They are your soul's way of giving you a nudge, a gentle warning signal. With time and practice, you will find that you are never truly lost in the sea of information because your inner North Star always points to your highest good. It's an infallible guide you always carry within you.
Beautiful. Finally, let's refine this concept of discernment by firmly anchoring it in the heart. Many people on the awakening path worry that being discerning means being suspicious, maybe judgmental or closed off. But according to TA of Arcturus, the opposite is true. When your discernment comes from the heart, it operates with peace and openness.
That's a really beautiful distinction, isn't it? Moving beyond just intellectual analysis or judgment to an intuitive sensing, think of your heart center as a wise filter. When you encounter someone or a teaching, instead of immediately judging with your minds, bring your awareness, your consciousness into your heart. Feel into it. Your heart feels the energetic truth behind the words, behind the presentation, behind the persona.
And the heart signals are described as subtle but clear, quite distinct from just emotional reactions. If something is true and beneficial for you, it frequently brings a sense of warmth, expansion, or calm clarity within your chest area. It feels expansive, peaceful, integrated. If something is deceptive or not right for you, you may feel a subtle tension, discomfort, or churning in your chest or stomach. This isn't presented as an emotional reaction like fear or excitement. It's a deeper, quiet whisper of intuition. You've likely experienced this in everyday life, right? Perhaps you met a very convincing, charming person, but your heart felt something was off, and later your perception was proven correct. Or maybe you read something that seemed perfectly logical on the surface, but you just felt an unidentifiable discomfort, a subtle constriction inside. This is heart discernment in action.
And the benefit of this heart-centered approach sounds immense. By trusting this inner sense, you can remain both open-hearted and well-boundaried. You don't have to shut down. Heart discernment doesn't close doors arbitrarily. It just guides you on which doors are safe and beneficial to walk through at this time. It keeps you protected without hardening your mind or creating unnecessary barriers that might actually prevent genuine connection or growth. It's truly an elegant and compassionate solution. As humanity advances, this gentle yet powerful discernment will be one of your greatest tools. It will help you walk confidently through a multitude of voices, staying centered in what is real and luminous for you.
So, as we bring this deep dive towards a close, we want to start with a really powerful reassurance, a direct message from Tia of Arcturus to you. You are not alone, never have been, and never will be. We, the collective of light, walk beside you, not to dictate your path, but to remind you of the strength of light and wisdom that already dwell within you. The call now, the invitation is clear, to remain united, firm in love, and attentive to your inner compass.
And your individual choices, maybe choices you make in the quiet of your own heart, have a profound collective impact. When you choose clarity over confusion, unity over division, humility over spiritual pride, you're building not only your own freedom, but the freedom of all humanity. You are truly beacons in this unfolding process. Whether you realize it consciously or not, every single choice you make in favor of light strengthens the luminous network that surrounds this planet, creating a powerful energetic infrastructure for collective awakening.
And this leads directly to the immense power of collective awakening, the profound interconnectedness of all souls. Every step taken in the silence of your soul, every choice made in favor of truth and love echoes far beyond what your mind can comprehend. It's not just a personal journey playing out in isolation, it's a vast co-creative dance.
It truly isn't. It's described as if every gesture of compassion, every elevated thought, every conscious breath generates waves that traverse dimensions and strengthen the network of awakening that surrounds this planet. It's quite mind-blowing when you think of it that way. So the message is, do not be afraid of the intensity of the times you live in, because intensity is only the reflection of the greatness of what is about to be born in you and through you. When darkness seems to impose itself, remember it is only the absence of light, and that the smallest flame is enough to dissolve centuries of darkness. And you, our listener, you are these living flames that cannot be extinguished because you carry in your essence the eternal spark of the source.
So trust in your journey even when the paths seem uncertain, for the greater flow is already guiding you to where you need to be. Every experience, even those that seem difficult, is part of a larger mosaic that one day you will contemplate with gratitude. There is no error in your path, there is only learning, growth, and remembrance. The more you trust your essence, the less you will get lost in external illusions, and the more you will see the beauty of what is simple, pure, and true. This is presented as the path to profound clarity.
Yes, and be attentive to the small things, for in them hide the greatest portals of expansion. What a lovely thought. Our source gives beautiful examples. A shared smile, a word of hope, a gesture of kindness can open wider paths than long intellectual searches. These simple, heart-centered acts are incredibly powerful, resonant, and ripple outward in ways we might not even see. And know this, we walk with you in every instant. We celebrate every time you choose love over fear, every time you offer a hand instead of turning away, every time you decide to stand firm even when the world around you seems to tremble. Your strength, the source says, is greater than any storm, and your light is vaster than any shadow.
The final call from this powerful message is really an invitation. Remain with an open heart. Remain vigilant but soft and firm, compassionate, conscious but humble. Never forget that you are inseparable parts of a cosmic family that envelops you in tenderness and reverence. And most importantly, always, look within, for there you will find the star that never fades and that will illuminate not only your path, but also the path of all those who cross your journey. This inner light is your ultimate guide, unwavering and eternal. #tag outro.
Wow. What an incredible deep dive we've taken today, really covering a lot of ground. We've explored these subtle layers of spiritual manipulation, from those partial revelations that can lure you in, to controlled opposition that misdirects genuine energy, to fear-based narratives that disempower, and that overly complicated information designed to obscure rather than clarify. And most importantly, we've learned how to cultivate profound discernment using truly powerful internal tools. Trusting your energetic signature, reclaiming your inherent sovereignty, and anchoring your discernment in the quiet, steady wisdom of your heart.
Indeed. We've really reinforced that you are intrinsically equipped for this era, that your intuition, your inner sovereignty, and the gentle wisdom of your heart are not just abstract concepts. They are practical, tangible guides in this complex information landscape we're all navigating. They are both your shield against deception and your compass towards authentic truth.
So as we wrap up, let's leave you with this provocative thought drawn directly from our source material. If every step taken in the silence of your soul, every choice made in favor of truth and love echoes far beyond what your mind can comprehend, then consider this. What incredible network of light are we actively building on this planet right now? One conscious choice, one discerning thought, one act of inner integrity at a time. What kind of world is truly awaiting us collectively when we all stand firm in that inner wisdom and consciously eliminate the path for one another? Something to really ponder.
Definitely. We encourage you to actively apply these powerful tools in your daily information diet as you navigate everything coming at you. Trust your inner knowing. It really is your ultimate guide. Continue to seek clarity, embrace unity over division, and allow your unique light to illuminate not just your own path, but the path for others too. Because your discernment isn't just for you, it's a profound gift to the collective, absolutely essential for the great awakening unfolding all around us and within us.